live?
Uh-oh.
I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute. I want it to turn around.
Oh. Can y'all hear that?
Probably, bro.
Dude.
I heard it from here, man.
Alright, we got it on the stream. Sick. Oh, yeah, okay. It's Loki's kind of blurry right now. Don't know why. Streaming's fun. Golly.
Well,
What?
is it still blurry?
A little bit. I'm connected to my hotspot right now. Let me take it off.
Yeah, I'll turn mine on.
Yeah, alright, that works.
I'm using my phone.
It's buffering. Philip? No way.
He's the #1 fan.
Bro, Philip, you should join the channel, bro.
Yeah, hop on a video, dude. I'll do another.
Phil Caliber, that still cracks me.
We'll do another taste test, dude.
Bro, Loki, what you up to these days, Philip? While you're in here, you know. Oh, you went to Auburn, right? I feel like the last time I talked to you, that's what you told me. You know, I like passed you on the way back from church or something like that. You told me you were going to Auburn.
We're live.
Stream looks fine for real. I'd watch. What does that say? I'd watch Blind.
What? Oh. I appreciate that, Phil.
Hey, what are you studying right now?
School. I'm at Auburn.
Heck yeah, War Eagle, man. Oh, I'm sorry you have to watch our awful sports programs, but are you really an Auburn fan at heart?
Well, all right. Well.
Ooh, 2 concurrent viewers. Computer science. Oh, well, that's right. I forgot you're smart. Makes sense. Welcome to the stream, Phil Caliber. Classic.
I thought it was great, man. I mean, I still think maybe we just got on my phone.
Yeah, it's fine. It's working. What do you think?
I think my phone's loading quick. I thought it was good, man. I think I liked episode 1 better. But I think it was still good.
This episode was definitely on the slower end. But I honestly didn't mind it because it definitely built the world a little bit, like explained the problem a little bit more, thankfully. Yeah. So we didn't get to see. It really didn't answer any questions though. Like it answered problems, but also didn't answer things. Like I guess in a way.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
What do you say? When I'm down for Thanksgiving, I got y'all. I'll drop in for a cameo.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah, dude. Phil Caliber on the stream, dude. That's what we really need.
Yeah.
Him and Josh, dude.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, but anybody else who just joined, let us know what you thought of the episode.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to run some games with some friends, but I'll leave the stream on. Love you guys. Love you too, Philip. Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, man. Well, so, okay. It was a good episode, definitely on the slower end, but I didn't mind it. Like, okay, I guess if you could give a rating out of 10, where are you at right now?
Maybe like an 8.
Okay, so you're an 8 out of 10.
8.
Explain that.
I think, not that it was bad, but I think it was necessary for them to move the plot forward.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, it's one of those things where it's a necessary episode, but it's not one of those ones that like is going to get a 10 out of 10 just because, the crazy stuff didn't happen in it per se.
Yeah, I think technically it's a very good episode.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things like it was called Breaking Bad, and it reminded me like of some Breaking Bad episodes where like
the Fly episode,
like like or something like that where not it's not a typical episode, it's dialogue heavy, but it's like technically perfect, like you said. So I feel like that's what I feel like the dialogue, of Mobius and Loki and Brad was all. I mean, I was laughing the whole time. So
yeah, it was very good. I think I'm probably sitting about at like a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. It was on the slower end, but I think like it didn't answer the question that the burning question we had from last time, which was who pruned Loki. And we know that our friends over at New Rockstars discovered who pruned Loki, but for the sake of spoilers, we're not going to be looking into that.
Yeah, we don't know. Some people watching may know. But
yeah. So if you do know, just protect us. We don't necessarily want to know that, but it's like so. It doesn't pick up where last episode left off. Almost seemed like there was a slippage of time. Am I the only one who thought that?
It was very odd. I will say that. I mean, there was a lot of moments in this where I was like pretty confused, and I guess the main thing is like when the whole time I thought that it was the same Sylvie with, as we saw, she had He Who Remains Tempad going, into the future with Kang's Tempad. Yeah. But apparently it wasn't. It was a different Sylvie. Like, our Sylvie didn't know that she did that to save Loki.
Well, I think this is kind of like a classic Nolan technique where you reveal the end at the beginning. And so I feel like that scene is we're gonna revisit it again at the very end of the show. It's probably or close to the end of the show whenever the TVA is collapsing. And I still think it's that Sylvie. I still think it's the Sylvie we know. I don't think it's like
I think it's going to be a big reveal. Like, I don't think it's an alternate Sylvie. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, the only ones who can act, dude, it's tough out here, man. It's tough out here.
What's happened to Verizon these days?
I know, man.
It used to never be like this.
But anyway, the only ones who can actually change the future are, I guess, technically Loki, because he can time slip. Sylvie, because she can time travel with Kang's Tempad. And then possibly a Kang variant out there that we haven't seen yet. We know that, that Victor Timely's going to be in there. So it's just a matter of time. But, she basically is like, that means the future's already written. I'm like, it technically is. So, unless you just change things. And she really could have done that. It really could be something where she actually knew and just didn't say anything. Yeah.
So it seems like where they're going to go now is they're going to try and find Miss Minutes. Yeah. I guess they're going to... Because we see Miss Minutes in, I guess, what is the sacred timeline in the past.
Yeah. The Chicago World Fair, I think, is what we're supposed to be
So I guess they're going to go back to that and be like, we're going to need you in the future or something. I don't know. But it seems like that's where next episode is going. They're going to try and hunt down Miss Minutes. Yeah. But eventually they're going to try and hunt down Victor Timely, which...
And also Renslayer. So,
that's true.
Right now, Renslayer is... Arthur said, good episode. We agree?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you missed the first part, we said about... We were sitting at about a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. But, so Renslayer pops back up, and then I guess she's with Miss Minutes, technically. And she might be also with Victor Timely. So
that's true.
There could be some overlap there. That once they find one, they find all of them.
That's a good point.
I think so. They need Miss Minutes for something. They don't know that a Kang variant is currently out there, but they're worried about it. And then Renslayer just popped back up on the radar. So we've got 3 different ways that they can attack the next episode.
Yeah, that's true. And I like your theory that they're all going to tie into each other.
Yeah.
Because we already got a foreshadow, perhaps, when Loki heard, and he mentioned it this episode, so it's another hint at it, when he heard, that they had a relationship. Mm-hmm. So they could go back and see that relationship.
And then somebody also said that Miss Minutes was helping Renslayer. So, hided something with Renslayer. So, okay, so the next episode will probably be the Victor Timely one. Yeah, we agree. But that's what we're talking about. I think there's, once they find one, they find all of them. Just because the only connection that we don't know is between Victor Timely and Miss Minutes. But we do know there's a connection between Miss Minutes and Renslayer and Victor Timely. So there's got to be some kind of triangle there.
And we could see the creation of Miss Minutes. Yeah. Because at some point we know Kang...
that's what the World's Fair was for.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's what the World's Fair was, to showcase all...
Kind of not to interrupt you, Howard Stark in Captain America 1. Yeah. When he's showing off that car. Yeah. The flying car. Mm-hmm. It could be Victor Timely's unveiling Miss Minutes, which is Miss Toast at the time, and then he, reworks Miss Minutes into the clock.
Yeah, because that is what, if that's where it takes place, that is what the World's Fair was for, was to reveal new inventions and all this other stuff. But I do think that is really intriguing.
I feel like that could really happen.
But so my question is, we know that Renslayer from the TVA, it's not like some Renslayer variant. It's Renslayer. it's Renslayer from the TVA. So what is she doing? Is she there maybe?
I feel like she's on the run now.
Yeah,
and
now that all the timelines got proved.
Yeah,
but
and I feel like maybe what they're gonna do is look up Miss Minutes history and see when that could be it. They can see this is the first time Miss Minutes was ever like on the logs.
Ah, yeah.
And
so then they travel
we're
back.
gonna go back to that moment, and then like oop, and then that's when we saw the post credit scene, and Loki was like, "That's him."
Yeah.
And Loki was surprised to see him. So maybe they're trying to find Miss Minutes,
Oh,
and they accidentally
stumble into Victor Timely. Yeah, dude, I feel like we're kind of cooking right now. Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna give us. Kang may have asked for Miss Minutes to meet him in the past to give you direction. Oh, I mean that's also a good point because I feel like Miss Minutes is like the only other thing that can transcend time right now. she's crazy. I mean, I know I just said like
Dude.
Loki technically can, and so can Sylvie, but
yeah, I'm kind of worried that another jump scare is gonna come at us next episode.
That still gives me nightmares, man. It makes me shake at night.
It's coming at some point. I mean, they've been building up a Miss Minutes reveal, and I feel like it's gonna be a jump.
Yeah.
Scare.
I think so as well. Like, it's been weird to not see Miss Minutes at all, even though she's like last season she was like such an integral part of the show, and we still haven't seen her at all.
And the TVA.
Yeah, and the TVA.
And she is this season, and that's kind of why it's collapsing, because they have to have her to override the temporal or whatever.
Which just shows you how much power like she has, which is so crazy.
It was really He Who Remains and her kind of running the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically her in lieu of He Who Remains, who's kind of just like chilling
behind the scenes.
Dude, that's so I feel like we kind of unlocked something. So if they go to the World's Fair, they discover Victor Timely. Either Miss Minutes has been created by Victor Timely, or she's in the past with Kang, kind of like what Arthur was saying. That's a possibility. I think that's where they go next episode. What'd you think about well, he just said Miss Minutes is probably doing something for He Who Remains. What though?
Ooh, he could. I like that. What if Miss Minutes is feeding He Who Remains information on what's going on now, or Victor Timely? They just took down your future self. He's like.
She's like the arbiter. Like she's like this one seems like it has a lot of potential. Let's raise this king up. Maybe that was like a contingency. Like the if He Who Remains ever did like die or like want to die, then Miss Minutes part of her plan was to raise up the next king. As like a timeless being, she can do that. But I mean, I don't know if that's what you.
It's such a rip, dude.
Dude, we are so sorry about Verizon. It's so I don't know. It's ultra wideband, man. I'm telling you.
Hopefully, well
mine doesn't even have ultra wideband. I don't even have 5G. I don't even think. Wait, no, I don't even have 5G.
Hopefully the new phone when it comes in will be better.
Yeah, I got a 15. I got a 15 Pro Max, but it still hasn't shipped. So hopefully it'll ship tomorrow. Anyway, back to what we were saying. Dude, that's gonna be sick. Okay, I feel like that's gonna happen and. I saw some reviews from some people saying that like the show starts off pretty strong but then kind of like tails off. Like IGN gave it a 5 out of 10 for the first 4 episodes. I was like, how?
What?
I don't know how. So I wonder if that holds some weight, but I don't think it will.
No.
There's no way it holds weight.
No. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it's been fantastic so far. So
yeah,
I don't see any way it's going to stop. It's only building up for something better, and we know they can capitalize.
Well, in this episode, really, like we were talking about earlier, it did a lot to build the story up. So they chased down this guy, or they chased down X5, who now I guess is just like
Brad Wolf.
Yeah, he's just Brad Wolf. I mean, he went rogue.
Well, yeah, I guess
kind of.
Yeah, kind of went rogue, but went back to. So I guess he went back to the exact time he was taken out.
Yeah.
And so that way it's like nothing ever happened. Mm-hmm. Because if he just went back, he couldn't have already been a movie star. He had to like establish himself.
Yeah.
That whole time. But anyways.
So they're all stolen from the sacred timeline. Is that what it is? Like all
I think so.
Okay. All right. That makes sense because I was about to say like. There's no branches left, but like it makes they're all stolen from sacred time. I just slipped my mind, but Yeah, so he goes on the run, and I love the dynamic between Mobius and Loki as they're trying to like get him to crack. Like this episode's called Breaking Brad. So
Yeah.
a great show by the way. Anyway, yeah, so they're trying to get him to crack, and I love that dynamic between Mobius and Loki as they get to do that. So what do you think about that?
It was really cool to see. I mean, that was definitely one of my most favorite parts. It was really cool how they shot it too. And then
Yeah,
eventually Loki comes in with the machine and they act like it was Mobius didn't want him to do that, but
yeah.
it was Mobius's idea. So that was cool to see and I enjoyed that part.
That's a pretty classic trope, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of good moments in this episode. But like we said, it's definitely on the slower end. They do eventually get him to crack. And I guess one big thing that we really haven't talked about up until this point is they pruned all of the timelines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billions, I mean billions and billions of people died, so
Putting
sad, man.
Thanos to shame, man.
No joke. That's sad, man. I mean, I I guess one thing I'm wondering is like when Sylvie went back to the same timeline, did it just rebranch?
Or maybe but it looked like they branched, or it looked like they cut all the branches by the way the chronometer, I guess, or whatever. It looked like they broke all the branches, which makes OB's job a little bit easier because right now he's trying to fix the temporal loop. So I guess his job just got a little bit easier because of all those branches. But now that they're gone, billions are dead. But how did Sylvie get back to her timeline? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused. And they did show Kang's TemPad, so maybe
there's a way for her to reverse it or something.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can still go back. I guess what they did was just, stop the variant, because that's what the whole first season was about. They took the variant out, but the sacred timeline still went on. But I just don't know. I guess they'll explain that.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I don't know how much we'll see Sylvie next episode. And one thing that I just didn't understand, dude, is why she's so mad at Loki. I'm like, what did Loki do to you?
I mean, Loki was just trying to, talk it out for a minute, but
yeah.
I mean, I see why Sylvie did that, but like, why be bad at our boy?
Yeah, I know. He literally didn't do anything. Like, you're the one who. James Dumas said, "Enjoying the stream, guys, but off topic. Girlfriend wants review and reaction of the trailer revamp movie."
James, what's up, man? What's up, James?
You know this guy?
Yeah, he's my coworker.
Dope. What's up, James?
James, what's up, man?
Oh man. Well, I don't even know what I was saying.
Review and reaction of the trailer, the revamp. Hey, maybe me and Maddie can get on that one. That seems right up her alley.
that does seem right. Yeah, I have no idea, man. That's not my forte. Let me just say. But what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying, dude. I just got tripped up. I didn't even know what I was saying. I was talking about like.
We're talking about Sylvie and
Do you remember what I was talking about?
No.
Okay, all right. I'm just like I forgot the name of the movie Aladdin after I mentioned the name character. So it's not. It doesn't.
Just whiffed on the bottle cap, bro.
Where's Randall and John Samuel drink the tea that doesn't exist?
It's been a day, bro.
It literally has, man. But it's been a good day because this episode was really good. So definitely looking forward to next week, though.
There's something else I was trying to theorize about earlier. I think the main thing is that they're gonna find. I think it seems to me like they're either gonna hunt Miss Minutes or they're gonna hunt Renslayer.
Okay.
And
probably end up finding both
because they haven't really mentioned hunting Victor Timely, or even really know that he exists, because for all they knew, He Who Remains was just there.
Yeah, and they're scared of the variants, but they have no idea that any exist right now. Like right now, I would say it's probably like it's a matter of time until they show up. But like I feel like they're just gonna stumble upon one, like the Quantum Mania post credit scene. They're just gonna be like, that's him. Like
yeah,
I recognize him. And so like what is the case with Victor Timely? Like what is like.
Yeah, I guess that's another question. Like, is he who remains? Is he who
does
would
he know
become
he's like
he
a king?
Who remains?
Well, does he know he's like a king? Like, that would be my question. Is like, does he know he has the potential to be like a warlord?
Yeah, in my head, the Victor Timely that they will encounter will be the one that will become He Who Remains.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's possible, but that's just what I think. Then that would feed into the theory that he created Miss Minutes. That would become the Miss Minutes we know.
Oh, okay. So they're kind of like retroactively trying to restore He Who Remains. I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, they just basically go to the past to try and find Miss Minutes, and they accidentally find him because he's the one who created Miss Minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could definitely see that. I mean, maybe they set up a new. I don't know what the heck that was. I just got stuck in my throat. Maybe they set up a new He Who Remains, but like a completely new one. Like maybe another King variant wins. But
yeah, I mean,
are they doing another season after this? Have they confirmed that?
I hope so, but I don't think it's confirmed.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully they do, because that'll just depend on where I think the show ends.
Because right now, I mean, because we also had the a ton of Kangs in Quantum Mania post credit scene, so and Kang the Conqueror is kind of gone for now. So I don't know if one Kang will rise up at the end of this, because we have the Kang Avengers movie coming out.
Yeah. But a lot of
Kang
people,
Dynasty, so it could be a lot of them.
Yeah, people are theorizing that would be more of a King versus King battle. Right. Like, which King's going to win? The Avengers kind of have to, like, hop in the middle of that in a way. But it's going to be, and speaking of that movie, I guess it's kind of on topic, but, like, I don't know how that's going to work, dude. Like, it's going to be really weird, because I feel like if Scarlet Witch comes back, she's gonna be so broken, like, dude.
Oh, she's gonna come back.
But see, like, Kang would, or she would destroy Kang.
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of ants did destroy Kang the Conqueror, but the good thing about Loki is that in Loki, Kang is a lot stronger than he was in Quantum, and he was strong in Quantum Mania until the end. Which I mean, that's a different story, but
that's
because he was like going off and then he just got destroyed. But.
Well, and that's also kind of like the sad part of when you give him a weapon that like just disintegrates things, and then like he can't actually use that weapon against the main character because the main character, convenience wise and everything. But I do think, that was definitely so stupid. I was so hyped for King in that movie, but like Loki's already put more fear in my heart. Like that's what a lot of people were saying. Like Loki's put more fear in their hearts for King than Quantumania ever did.
And he's not even been in season 2 yet.
Yeah.
But just the thought of him and like the way he pruned the present time TVA and King was back there. I mean, it's just fear invoking. So
or like even the banner as they're sitting and watching. As there's like, it's Mobius and Loki talking in the first episode. The banner is just like a bunch of Kangs fighting each other, and it's like right under your nose the whole time. But they had no idea.
Yeah.
And that's mainly what I'm wanting to see. Is I don't know if they're gonna go and explain what happened last season, but I do want to kind of know when Kang revamped the TVA, and I said that a lot last week. Is like, Loki prunes the wall, and it's just Kang hiding behind. Like, Kang's hiding in plain sight everywhere in the main TVA, with the timekeepers. When did he change everything?
Yeah, and I still think that OB is going to be crucial in that because his memory was never wiped. I mean,
do you think that's intentional?
Yeah.
I think it's intentional?
So Eric Voss, our friend Eric Voss, thinks that maybe OB is like some, like on a higher level than like a regular person. And that Kang was using him to further the TVA, or that Kang just like couldn't wipe his memory because he was too powerful.
So like how though? Like I mean, Ouroboros is like, it refers to the Egyptian snake like that spins in circles.
Is it Norse?
No, I think it's Egyptian.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was watching their video. Yeah, great channel, by the way.
New Rockstars?
Yeah, New Rockstars just go down the sticks.
Yeah, that eats his own tail, so it's like infinite.
Yeah, I thought it was Egyptian. Maybe it is Norse.
But yeah, the point remains.
Yeah, the point remains is that like it's a closed loop of time. So I wonder if there's not a way for him to be broken. Like if just by his name alone, you could not sever the endless loop.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So there would be no way for his memory to be wiped if you can't sever the endless loop.
And that's what he was saying too, is that he needed someone with a oral, whatever, to be there, because Miss Minutes doesn't have that. So maybe he's like the human version of
Miss Minutes could override it. It was either you had to have the person.
Well, we found that out this episode, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this was his last breakdown, but.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Sorry, I didn't finish.
But I think there's something more there with Ouroboros.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be crucial.
And you think it is intentional? Like, you don't think, like, King just kind of, like, forgot about him like everybody else did?
No, I mean, I think everything He Who Remains did was intentional, so...
Marvel is def using Loki as a way to make us fear King for the Avengers. There's always an underlying motive with them. Yeah, and...
Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully. I'm hoping that they restore fear of the main villain again, because we haven't had that really since Thanos, I would say.
I think... when you really fear a villain is that you fear the threat of them even when they're not there.
Yeah.
And we felt that with Thanos, and I feel like we're feeling that with King. So yeah.
Well, in Thanos, we realized that like Thanos said himself, like he was pretty much inevitable. Like, and we were building up to that, and like I am inevitable. Like this was gonna happen eventually. And I feel like that, like when Loki's talking about it, he was like, I met the man at the end of time, and he made sense. Like, that like the fear on his face, I was like, yes, this is what we need. He said, if not, it's a missed opportunity. Agreed. For sure. That would be Quantum Mania side of the equation, is the fear of King, and then not really, like, they never really did anything with it.
Yeah, and I think maybe they could restore more of like He Who Remains type King, that is like more tactical, and can unite all the Kings or something like that.
Dude, that would be crazy. Like, if we had multiple Kings versus... Imagine, what's with the spoilers? I ain't seen it yet. John Davidson? Why does that name sound familiar?
John Davidson, sorry. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, spoiler warning if you haven't seen it yet.
Sorry if we ruined anything for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so from here on out, spoilers.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Otherwise, we just been having everything would be like a vague, abstract thing if we just did that. But we should have put spoiler in the title. So anyway, spoilers. So what'd you think? Like, what were we just talking about? Well, you're talking about OB. I don't really know if him getting his mind wiped. He said, "Dang, bro, why, dude? I'm telling you." What? I feel like I know him.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, I don't really know.
We were betrayed before when we knew somebody. And
I have trust issues now.
Not betrayed, but that was just a funny moment.
Y'all played Texas Chainsaw Massacre game? Could probably get Game Pass if y'all canceled Disney.
Oh, it's Eli.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew Hey, viewers, sheesh, bro.
Hey, Philip, welcome back, bro.
Welcome back. Dude, wait, what game are you playing right now, Philip? I want to see that. Anyway, well, I don't even know what I was talking about. Ouroboros. I don't think his memory was wiped.
No, it definitely wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't wiped, but I don't know if I don't think it was intentional. Like
I think it was just an accident.
I think it was just an
You think he forgot about it?
Yeah, I think because everybody did it.
I don't think so. But something Eric Voss pointed out is that Rainbow Six Siege is that he let Ouroboros keep his name on the book.
Yeah,
and we found out that his picture's in the book. So I don't think the handbook that's on every desk. I don't think Kang would not write it himself and also let OB keep his name on there and his picture. I mean, he would surely know about the guy, and he wouldn't let that slide. Yeah, for hundreds of years.
So, what do you think Ouroboros is then? Like, you say some kind of like higher level. Do you think he's just like upper level management? Is he like the vice president to the president, maybe, or something?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
I guess that'd be kind of like mismanaged.
Maybe we see his past, and he was like a superhero in the main timeline, and Kang's like, ooh, I could use him, and put him in like a position of power in the TVA. Yeah. But I think that it's going to be important. He's going to be important moving on.
Yeah, I definitely see it. I mean, his character obviously has to be important. I think the main question comes down to is whether or not he'll be a good guy by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He could be a bad guy in disguise, which would really... I didn't even think about that until I heard Eric Voss say it. And I was like, wait a minute. That would be crazy.
Yeah, he really could be. But, I mean, he seems so innocent, though. That's like the...
Yeah, no.
That's the whole part. Is like every scene he's in, he's always like... It's kind of like a... I don't know. I feel like I could see where people would get annoyed by it, but also like, if nobody talks to you, you would be happy by like any engagement whatsoever, like any attention. Yeah. So like,
but what if that's the whole red herring? Is that like he seems innocent, but he's like plotting to like bring Kang back or something?
Yeah, oh, dude, that would be insane if he's like secretly working down there trying to bring Kang back. Oh man,
what if that's what he's trying to do? with that device he's building.
But
he's saying it's to restore the temporal loom.
Yeah, well, maybe the only way to restore the temporal loom is to bring a king back, and so
That's
he's like, so if he's been programmed maybe to like keep the temporal loom intact at all times, then maybe that's just once again like another contingency. Like I don't think He Who Remains dies without like coming up with a contingency to put himself back at the top.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. You got any last thoughts before we close it up, or what?
Yeah, I think that in my opinion, what's gonna happen is, like you said, they're gonna pull a Nolan and work towards a scene that we saw at the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
And that's gonna happen, I think, like episode 5, and then episode 6 is gonna be like, the big reveal of something.
My only thing with that though is if they do that, then when Loki gets pruned, would it not just be a continuous cycle? Like, oh, what? I mean, I could see them doing that, but if Loki gets pruned, then it starts it back all over again. So it would be
unless someone.
But Loki already lived that technically. So
unless someone like transcended time and like went to the future and pruned him. And I think we're going to see that, and it's going to be very crucial. That's why I don't want to know who it is.
I guess in a way that does make sense. Like where it wasn't that Loki like got teleported.
Yeah, he was still really he was really in present time. He's just kind of glitching to his future.
Yeah. It's not that he like was put there for a reason. But I have some questions about that. Like Sylvie obviously was looking for him. That's one thing. But I think another thing is season 2 better than season 1 so far. I mean, where are you at with that?
It's hard to say.
I think the opening 2 episodes of season 2 have been better than the opening 2 episodes of season 1. I think that, but that's also because we have a pretty good groundwork to work with.
Yeah. I think the first 2 episodes of season 1 definitely had to build up a lot, like because Loki was still the big villain of Avengers when he first got pulled out of that time. Or pulled himself out, but
a lot of character development.
Yeah, I mean, we've come and we kind of saw X5 like trying to bring him back to that, which I think was interesting because like this is the same Loki that's not far removed from 2012 Avengers.
Yeah,
which is crazy to think about. So yeah, I think they had to do a lot. Like Loki had to see his past in season 1
and see the future.
And see his future and what would happen.
Yeah,
when he died to Thanos.
Yeah, so I mean, long story short, I think it's better, but just because it has the groundwork to build on what season 1 built, and season 1 was it was good, it was great, so
fantastic,
fantastic for sure. But what were you saying? You were just saying something about
about Sylvie, like it all coming.
Oh yeah, the big collective moment at the end of the show. So Sylvie's looking for him. I think so. Loki was obviously there, but somebody had to have transcended time with Loki. I think in order for him to get, pruned back, like because that was an accident.
I think it's gonna be someone we spend a lot of time. It could be OB. It could be someone we spend a lot of time. Because OB, I'm thinking because OB did know he was like really one of the only other ones that knew Loki was glitching. So what if that was
in the future though?
Right. What if that's what they're working towards?
Wait.
So what if they get to that point in the future and OB's like walking around and he's like, "Oh, Loki." Boop.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh crap, Loki might be here."
Like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I remember this in like kind of how episode 1 was.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know that. I feel like people who know that spoiler are like, "What?"
Yeah, I mean, we could be completely wrong.
But I feel like that's gonna be like a really big spoiler.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't looked at it yet, but
I think I just want to know who's calling too. That ominous phone calls always creep me out. So
yeah, I almost forgot about that.
I want to know who is calling.
I think it's going to be an Oppie moment. It's going to be an Oppenheimer moment where we're building up to the conversation with Einstein.
Yeah,
and the conversation with Einstein is the elevator with Sylvie. Whoever pruned him in the phone.
Yeah, so maybe that happens in like the middle of the last episode, or maybe in the middle of like the 5th episode.
I think episode 5 will end with that same scene. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I think right now.
Except this time he doesn't get pruned. But so then
I think he still could because that's what stopped the glitching.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, in my mind I was thinking, why is he glitching this episode? This is what the whole last episode was about. Oh, it's been a long week, but also it feels like this week just flew by.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm excited for next week to fly by so we can watch the next episode.
Yeah. So it wasn't. I guess it wasn't like a normal pruning. It was like he had to be pruner. He was lost in time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He would have been lost in the future TVA though.
I think he would have been lost.
Just in general.
He would have been gone. Yeah.
That's so. I mean, I guess
because he was inside of the temporal loom.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man.
And while he was inside there, they had to prune him, and then. They were going to prune him in present time, but then he transported.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I'm screwed.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone saved the day, so.
Yeah. Whoever it was, good times. I'd like to know, but.
Yeah, that's why, I really want to know, and it's been discovered, but what if, oh, this would be crazy. What if Loki, the people who made Loki knew that you could turn the gamma up or whatever and see who it was?
Intentional misdirect,
and it's completely different in episode 5.
I mean, you had to know sweats like Eric Voss would be on the scene, so
that would be nuts, dude. Because people are just thinking it's a foregone conclusion. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I haven't dived into that
the whole time, like that kind of thing.
But it was intentional misdirect, where if people looked hard enough, they found the wrong thing.
Dude, or they intentionally masquerade, or it could be like. I don't want to say a shapeshifter, but it could be something like that where it could somebody could masquerade themselves.
I mean, yeah, Loki. Any Loki can do that. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
I mean, yeah. So it literally could be anybody just masquerading themselves. I don't know if they have if they have that kind of
what
technology.
if they wanted us to find that out?
Yeah,
spoiler. That would be crazy.
Or maybe we're just giving the writers too much credit. But I think at this point,
they deserve the credit.
I think they deserve the credit at this point. You don't cook for 8 episodes straight unless you're just good at your job. So, see Breaking Bad and also Breaking Bad. It's a very good episode. But do you have any last thoughts before we close it up?
Yeah, I know I said last stream that we were gonna see that elevator scene at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
So now I think it's gonna be at the end of episode 5, and that we're gonna build up to that point in the future
it's like it
where
opens with that next episode.
I was like 1 episode off, but I think everything's going to keep going wrong, and we're going to kind of forget about it. They're not going to play into it, and then they're going to go back to that moment, and then it's all going to lead up to that. And we're going to be like,
yeah, I hopefully because that Oppenheimer moment. If you've seen the movie Oppenheimer, it was so beautiful the way that it worked out. Okay, I'll watch episode 1 and 2 tonight and actually give some thoughts on the next stream. Hey, dude, yeah, of course, come back.
Yeah, appreciate that. Man.
Yeah, we always
it's good,
you help give us ideas. So sometimes it's just hard to think of stuff, but thankfully this stream.
Have you seen season 1, John Davidson?
Yeah, I think he has. He said season 2. I mean,
okay, yeah,
season 2 better than season 1.
Yeah, I would recommend watching it, and
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to watch anything other than. You don't need to watch anything.
Yeah.
You just need to watch season 1. That's pretty much it. So, if you haven't watched Marvel in a while, I saw season 1. It was good.
Yeah, man. Maybe you can cook up some ideas with this next stream.
Heck yeah, man. But anyway, so I think that concludes our thoughts for it. Probably. Yeah, really liked it. Was my favorite of the Marvel shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my favorite until I met Punisher, but I guess of the Marvel Disney Plus shows for sure. It's been the best, probably the best Disney Plus show still. I think
it's definitely one of my favorite shows of all time. So and it's keeping that going with this so far.
Next stream, Colby plays
Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Eli. I'll get it at some point, dude. It's time on the money.
What is that?
It's Among Us.
Among Us?
From what I understand, it's kind of like an Among Us type game.
There's a new Among Us already?
No.
Among Us 2?
It's a similar type thing. You got to run away and chase and stuff.
I'm out of the loop these days, man. I'm just living. It's a cruel world we live in, and I'm just living in it. But I know we've said this about 8 times. Any last thoughts as we conclude? You got Caleb? You got to cop it too?
Does it go on Caleb's on PlayStation? No.
Yeah, I'm on PlayStation. I think.
I don't know.
How much is it? If it's more than Spider-Man, I'm not buying it.
It's on Game.
I don't
Game
have
Pass.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
I have PlayStation.
Yeah, we got to get Spider-Man so we can stream it.
Dude, yeah, I do have to get it. It's crossplay. Well, yeah, okay, but how much is it?
Or do playthrough.
Dude, I want to get Microsoft Flight Sim, dude. I've been watching $40, but it's free on Game Pass. Well, I don't have Game Pass. That's the problem. But you say quote unquote free on Game Pass, but you pay $17 a month for it, unless you just get it free. I know they offer it for free with Verizon, but I think like some kind of plan. I think.
Hold up, that might change the game, Eli.
Yeah, fact check me on that, Eli. I don't know if that's the truth, but wait. Oh, dude, did you get the 15 Pro Max? Sell your PS5 and buy it. No. Why would I do that?
We've been through this a couple times already. I think he's settled now.
Yeah, no, I bought a PS5 whenever they were still rare, sold it, and then bought an Xbox, and then I was like, I want a PS5 back, so I bought another PS5. Don't be like me, man. Just make up your mind and leave it settled. Is it? I just want to know what it is. It's like Among Us. That's all you have for me. Is it's like Among Us? There gives me no context.
I haven't played it.
Oh, okay.
I know Eli's a sweat.
What is it Eli sweat at though? Like any game that you're such
he said it'd be really fun or maybe it's like that Ewok game on.
Oh,
it's kind of like he said it'd be super fun to play with a lot of people. Like
okay. Game. Is it maybe like kind of it's like Dead by Daylight if you know what that? Yeah, okay, I know what Dead by Daylight is. You know, you remember that that kid in my class? He was like obsessed with Dead by Daylight.
Dude, it's kind of like Optimal Escape.
Oh, dude, Optimal Escape. That's some scary stuff, man. If you know about Optimal Escape, you're a real one. Yeah. Trying to escape Optimus Prime's grasping that.
Go to squad game for sure.
Dude, you know what was good at squad game back in the day? Fortnite,
and also dude,
you were part of he was part of the GOAT squad, dude. Phase through, man.
Phase through, Blazing Fire. I'm trying to remember that Ewok game. That was fun a few times.
Oh, Ewok Hunt. That's what it's called.
Ewok Hunt.
Yeah, it's called Ewok Hunt. I still play Battlefront to this day. I'm still pretty good at it.
Yeah, you were cracked at that.
Yeah,
game, bro.
I'm not cracked at many video games, but dude, I could cook on Battlefront, man.
Yeah, you're nice.
I mean, Anakin was broken. You just hold an RB and L and you kill like 17 people. But back on topic now, I guess.
And that's what streams are for.
Yeah, it's to talk to the fans. It's to talk to the fans. So if you like to talk with us, we're just real people. Making our way through the galaxy, like our father before us, I guess. But except we have different dads. Anyway, do you have any last thoughts?
I'm trying to come up with more last thoughts, man. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've given a few last thoughts, about theories and really I'm just excited. So
yeah, I think that's where I'm at too. But anyway, for the people who stuck through that probably 5-minute long engagement, respect to that. We're going to go ahead and close off the stream. I would say bye, but we actually have to go turn it off. So bye, but I'll keep on talking.
Or morning, wherever you're located in the world.
Yeah, have a good day at work. Happy Friday, or maybe Saturday, I guess, depending on where you're at. So, bye.